Joe G. Cavs.com. Coach, we talked so much about Karras LeVert's offense, but how good was he defensively, especially on that stop on Duarte? And I think he led you guys with 3 steals tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, thing with Karras. Karras is a complete player. He's not just an offensive player. He's got great tools on the defensive end of the floor with his length, his ability to move his feet. And he knew what we needed to get done tonight. In those quarters, in those moments, we needed to get stops in order to get back in the game. And that's a guy who just wants to impact winning.
And then Rondo is obviously huge all night on both ends, but does it seem like he's really finding his footing with you guys?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's getting more and more comfortable. Obviously, the more minutes that he plays with this group, the more comfortable he'll be. But then, finding where to pick his spots also. We need him to be aggressive out there, whether it's make the assist or take the shot. And I think he's finding his comfort level with their group for sure.
And then last week you talked about not force-feeding Jarrett when you had a size mismatch. And tonight you did, obviously. And it seemed like he just kind of went with like body blows all night. He just kind of eased his way into the game, and then obviously had another big night, 4 straight double-double.
Yeah, I mean, he can impose his will on a game, with the effort that he plays with, his ability, his quick second jump, when they want to switch guys and put smaller guys on him. Without being thirsty, he knows he can go get the offensive boards when we take shots. So that allows our offense to keep moving and we don't get bogged down playing one-dimensional offense.
And then last one for me, you guys, I think, are now 7-3 in the division. How much stock do you put in success within your own division?
I mean, we try to win them all, regardless of who the opponent is. We try to approach it the same way. And that's our focus. We're game by game, night by night. And, regardless of our opponent, we just need to play our best basketball.
Thanks, Coach.
Kelsey with the Athletic. Jimmy, when you look at the first quarter, where Pacers scored 47 points, what did you see with the 3, especially the perimeter specifically? What were you seeing just like at the end of that quarter that was the biggest need to change?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that, to be honest, they just were on fire. They were 10 for 12 from 3, I think, in the quarter. Some of them were highly contested. I just think that they were riding the emotion of this being their first game home since the trade and all those things. But I thought they, give credit to them. And then again, obviously, our defense stepped up in the third and fourth quarter and showed what we're capable of.
Seeing that switch between, that like the beginning of the game to the end, holding on to 17 points in that quarter. We've talked about sort of the struggles defensively as of late. What did you see as just the biggest growth, I guess, in getting back to who you guys are?
I mean, just an understanding of what we needed to get done. We knew we weren't in position where we could trade baskets with them. So we knew we had to get stops. And, we know what we're capable of defensively. Any given night, we know what we can get done. And we just have to bank on that and, try to put it together for 48. But I thought, being able to do it the way we did in the second half was a credit to the guys.
Was there like anything at halftime or even after that first quarter really where I guess like trying to calm guys down or just talk about like, okay, like just put that quarter behind and move forward, or did you just
I think we were all on the same page. They were knocking down, shot after shot. And, it was going to be a challenge if they continued to shoot the ball that way, no matter what we were doing. So I think our guys understood where we were. And again, our guys know they can bank on our defense, and our defense will always give us a chance.
What did you see specifically also from Isaac on the defense side? A couple moments, like just being able to take guys out of it and just really like having his body on it. What did you see?
He has the ability, to take guys out of the game. And that's in this league is not easy to do. He has a unique ability to get through screens and get back in front of guys when it is, pick and roll or when they do have the ball. And then when they're off the ball, he does a great job of getting through screens where guys can't even catch the ball. And that's the way you have to stop these great offensive players is, limit their touches. And I think he's, one of the best in the league at doing that.
And then the last one really talked about like that balance between dominating the paint using your size there versus like the 3-point line and everything. When you have a team when they get so hot, how do you have to sort of change it all when you see them when they're having so much success? Because obviously like points like the threes are more than the two. So do you have to like sort of change that at all, or do you just have to stick to like?
Yeah, we just try to stick to what we do. And again, we have to trust in our defense. And I know, we couldn't trade 3 for 2s all night, but, if we play the way we're capable of defensively, we can take those out of the game and protect the paint as well. So, we just have to be who we are and be consistent in that.
Thank you. Straight up with your Valley Sports. What defensive player impressed you the most there down the stretch?
I don't think I could just put it on one. There were individuals who did a great job on the ball, but then there were moments where our system was really good and guys executed the system and went to spots and were able to come up with steals or deflections or force them into turnover. So, the individual challenges, obviously, but I thought it was really good what we did systematically, and it was all 5 guys that were involved.
Was that, considering, those 5 guys, or one of them has only been here for 2 games, the fact that we were able to pick that up as a group, was that pretty impressive? Yeah,
and, with Karras, and we talk about his personality and what he wants to do here to help, so it's not always going to be perfect, right, until he learns everything that we're trying to get done. But it's the effort. And, you saw multiple possessions where his one-on-one defense, shut guys down. And I think, that's what he's capable of. And then we mix the other 4 guys behind him in their support roles. It makes it pretty tough to guard or to score against.
Rondo obviously gets some big shots, but the big shots aside, what type of value did he provide to win this game?
There was no panic in him. And I think that's the thing is the team goes on a run like they went on, and you can get frantic and kind of, change who you are trying to play catch up. But when Doe's on the floor, everybody trusts in him. And he's got a calming presence to just tell guys, hey, just keep going, keep doing what we do. And he never gets sped up. So having that trust in a guy like that and that calming presence gave us an opportunity.
Karras, LeVert kind of picked his spots there down the stretch, but during that final stretch, he's taking a ball, creating for himself, back to back to back, and getting buckets. I guess, was there any head nod or indication like, hey, like, to do to like go get you?
No, I mean it was what we needed. And when you have a guy who can create his own, it allows you to manage the clock, especially when you're playing with the lead, so you can get later in the shot clock. And we know he's a guy who can go get a bucket. So we call the plays to get him the ball, put him in his spots, and let him do his thing.
Sure. Defense on the other end, going one-on-one with Gordy and shut him down there that last stretch, I guess. Could you kind of tell, a sense of change in physicality, and I guess how to what the final stretch meant to him in terms of you're trying to help you guys get a win? Yeah, I mean,
I think he really, really locked in on that end of the floor. And again, like we talked about with his size and his length and his athleticism, like he has the ability to take guys out one-on-one, keep them in front of them. But, it's what we talk about, when we did our background on him, trying to understand what type of person he is, he wants to help. And, he wants to help a team win. So he knew we needed to get those stops, and he went out and got it done.
For sure, you mentioned background, how he wants to help the team win. You guys are, projected playoff team. It's safe to say you guys are a playoff team. He's been that kind of 6-man or, key rotational player on a playoff team before. I guess how do you project his fit with this team and what he can do for you guys going forward?
I think what you saw tonight is what he's capable of. He's capable of helping you close basketball games, on both ends of the floor. And, that was something that we were looking for. And again, our credit to our front office for going out and getting it done. But he was a piece that we needed that we thought would help us take the next step.
Marla
right now, our Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, JB, on Sunday you had your largest comeback win, 20, and now you topped it. What does that say about this team or its growth or just where you are?
It's a belief in one another that we can. And again, it's having something that you can trust in, that makes you feel like you can get it done. And our guys believe in our defense, and they believe in each other that, we can put a run of stops together and then find ways to create our offense.
And then at the start of the third quarter, Evan came out really strong defensively. Do you think that sort of helped set the tone of what you had to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we all knew at halftime in our conversation, like we would have to pick our defense up. We wanted to give ourselves a chance. And we know, how capable Evan is defensively, not only in, one-on-one situations, the ability to switch, but blocking shots, changing shots at the rim, and rebounding the ball as well to help finish possession. So I think, he was setting the tone for sure.
Do you feel fortunate Jarrett was sort of keeping you in it for a while there?
Yeah, we're fortunate to have Jarrett every night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Last one, Chris. Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, JB.
What's up, Chris?
How much confidence do you have in Rajon? And for somebody who has only been here for such a short stretch, why is it that you have that much confidence in him?
I have the ultimate amount of confidence in him. And, regardless of the time that he's been with us, you watch his career as a whole, and you see all the things that he's done in this league and the respect that you have for those things that he's done and, those things that impact winning. It's not a game that's just about numbers, right? It's a game of, how do I, orchestrate this to help this team win? And, he's done that for a really long time.
Did you make a concerted effort, whether it was in the second quarter or the second half, to run offense more through him as opposed to Karras?
Yeah, I think when he's on the floor, right, the ball should initiate in his hands. And then, you can use your triggers to get other people involved. But when you have a guy that's as heady as he is, the ball should be in his hands to start with and make the play and then get other guys involved.
I mean, he wasn't playing for the Lakers. They decided that he couldn't help them for whatever reason. When did you know that, he was going to be able to help you guys?
I mean, to be honest with you, I thought, and the reason why we made the deal is because we believed that he could help us. The circumstances that we were in at that point. And we weren't in a position where we couldn't get somebody who we thought was going to help us. We needed somebody that was able to give us a lift. So we thought he'd be able to help us right away.